The Summer Game Fest has been known to release some big gaming titles in the past, and with E3 canceled this year, it's safe to assume that this year's Summer Game Fest will be no exception to big releases. The Summer Game Fest is right around the corner with a date set for June 9th, and as many of us Resident Evil fans know, it's been quite some time since Capcom has released any news or announcements for a Resident Evil game. This has led many fans to speculate that we will be seeing something Resident Evil related at this event. So with that being said, in this video I will be going over everything we could expect to see, as well as give some of my own predictions. So without wasting any more of your time, let's get right into the video. Starting off, let's talk about the Resident Evil 8 DLC. A few weeks ago marked the 1-year anniversary of Resident Evil 8, and we are coming up on a year since they announced that Resident Evil 8 would be getting DLC. Looking back at Resident Evil 7, DLC was released roughly 1 year after the release of the game, so if Capcom were to have a similar development time with the RE8 DLC, then we could expect some DLC news very soon. In my opinion, out of all of the Resident Evil content to be announced, this has got to be the most likely. The next game I want to talk about is the leaked Resident Evil Outbreak Remake. The Nvidia leaked list is a list of leaked video games with release dates to go along with them. What is interesting about this list is as the days go by, these leaked games have continued to be announced. On this list, we can find 2 leaked Resident Evil games, one being the Resident Evil 4 Remake set for a release of November 1st of this year, and the other one is called Resident Evil Outbreak, which could very well be referring to a Resident Evil Outbreak Remake, which is a game that a lot of fans seem to want. This game was set for a release of March of this year, but unfortunately nothing has been announced yet. Could we see a reveal of this heavily anticipated game at the Summer Game Fest? Looks like we will just have to wait and see. Next up, we have RE4. For those of you who don't know, this game just recently got rated on Stadia in Europe, and interestingly enough, it even has a release date on there set for July 5th of this year. So me personally, I think that Capcom is going to release the RE4 and RE8 DLC together, since the RE8 DLC was confirmed to be free for owners of Resident Evil 8. So with that being said, I think the chances of us seeing RE4 at this event is very high, especially since it has been delayed for over a year now with no updates ever since. Next up, we have next-gen upgrades for Resident Evil 7 and the RE2 and 3 remakes. This was announced by Capcom around a month ago, informing us that they had plans to bring these games to newer consoles with updated graphics, ray tracing, and many more features to heavily alter the gameplay experience in a positive way. Now what's interesting is that very recently on Twitter, Resident Evil fan at BSAA Europe shared an image of his PS5 home screen with Resident Evil 3 in the disk drive. The screen states PS5 upgrade available. Apparently the prompt does not come up for Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 7. Now obviously the Resident Evil 3 remake upgrade isn't working at this time, but the prompt on this user screen would seem to suggest that a release is coming very soon. Once again, this is something that I think we can expect to see at the Summer Game Fest. These next 3 Resident Evil games are very likely due to a variety of reasons, but I just want to talk about them just in case. First off, we have Resident Evil Outrage. This game was leaked to be a Nintendo Switch exclusive and followed the returning Stars member Rebecca Chambers. This game has been leaked for quite some time now with so many release dates thrown around, but unfortunately none of it has been true as we have yet to receive any announcement from Capcom. This has led many people to believe, including myself, that this game could very well be cancelled. However, if it is not cancelled, due to the game being leaked for quite some time now, maybe we could finally see this game revealed. Next, we have a leaked game called Resident Evil Hank, potentially a codename for a Resident Evil game featuring Hunk. Now, due to its leaked release date set for 2024, I would say that it's not likely we will see this game. Next up would be Resident Evil 9. Once again, this is very unlikely for many reasons. Resident Evil 8 was only released a year ago, the game has been leaked for 2024, and there seems to be other games that Capcom is busy focusing on right now, like the RE4 Remake and RE8 DLC. Speaking of the RE4 Remake, could we expect to see some sort of reveal at this event? And to that, I would say it is very likely, but I would not be getting my hopes up. As many of us know by now, a few months ago, a well-known industry insider revealed a ton of info about the RE4 Remake, with the most eye-catching thing being an announcement set for early 2022. Now also keep in mind we do have the Nvidia leaked list with the release date for this game being November of this year. On top of this, there has been so many leaks and rumors floating around towards this game for quite some time now, with many of them talking about a release set for early 2023. If this information we have is legit, then that means that the RE4 Remake is bound for an announcement very soon if they want to build hype for the game. So with that being said, if we are going off these leaks, then it has to rather get announced at the Summer Game Fest or the Tokyo Game Show, which is in September. There is also the Game Awards in December, but honestly that just doesn't seem likely due to the info we have available to us. Alright, so here are my personal predictions for the Summer Game Fest. I think we are going to get the RE8 DLC and RE-verse for sure, and then I think we're going to get a reveal for one big Resident Evil game, whether that be the RE4 Remake, the Resident Evil Outbreak Remake, or Resident Evil Outrage. Something is coming very soon, guys. It has to be. Capcom has been quiet for quite some time, but what do you guys think? Be sure to let me know your own predictions down in the comments below. But anyways guys, that is going to be it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Peace.